I hate going back. I'll be honest. They say I have more sessions to go.
Look closely at the screen right now. That is not just a sound of a woman crying. That is a literal sound of a laser burning a man's identity right off her skin, while her brain completely refuses to let him go. Chrisean Rock just went live and dropped the absolute biggest, most delusional bombshell of 2026. While sobbing in pure physical agony, she is actually claiming that Blueface is still madly in love with her. The internet is completely losing its mind right now. Critics are screaming that Chrisean is trapped in a dangerous mental relapse, setting the stage to run straight back to the circus. Meanwhile, her diehard supporters believe she is fighting for her literal survival. But here is the absolute kicker that will leave you stunned. Chrisean keeps telling the chat that she has him blocked, but she just accidentally lets slip the dark, twisted reality of why she packed up her entire life and fled to Baltimore. Trust me, it wasn't just for the boxing, and it definitely wasn't for the gospel music. There's a shocking trigger that went down behind the scenes this Father's Day weekend right before she flipped her camera on. And what she admits she almost did to her laser technician just 2 minutes into the stream proves she has completely lost control. If you think she's finally healing, you are dead wrong. We are exposing the raw, unedited facts right now. Chrisean isn't just sitting in a room crying over old text messages. She is actively enduring a high-intensity, multi-session medical procedure that literally blisters the flesh to shatter the ink beneath it. While viewers initially thought she was crying over emotional heartbreak, she didn't hide the raw medical torture, telling her viewers flat out that the side of her face should not be hurting this bad. Internet reaction suggests that the specific live stream instantly shifted from a regular fan update into a disturbing public spectacle. Viewers in the chat immediately noticed that Chrisean's voice was shaking with a level of rage that went far beyond the physical burning of the laser. It became clear that the physical pain was acting as a visceral, chemical trigger. Critics argue she is using the physical trauma of the surgery to manipulate the audience into feeling sorry for a cycle she chose to stay in, while supporters believe she is experiencing a painful spiritual awakening. Behind the scenes, the tension in that medical room almost reached a violent breaking point. Chrisean confessed that she almost lost her entire mind and cursed out the professional operating machine, screaming at her to just get it off her face. She had to force herself to calm down and realize the technician was just doing her job. Industry observers noticed this moment as a massive red flag, proving that the physical laser pain is breaking down her psychological defense mechanisms in real time. This brings a heavy psychological consequence that is now playing out across every major hip-hop commentary platform. The public perception has drastically flipped from laughing at the drama to being genuinely terrified of her next move. Chrisean explicitly stated that she is no longer pointing fingers outward. She is deeply, intensely mad at herself for allowing this to happen. She openly admitted to the chat, "Sometimes I hate myself," a confession that experts in relationship trauma say is the exact moment a victim realizes they've traded their entire youth for an illusion. Critics are analyzing the timeline, noting that Chrisean spent her absolute prime years, from age 20 to 26, trapped in this specific cycle, and the realization of that wasted time is creating a massive wave of self-hatred. The internet is flooded with split-screen videos comparing her confident, athletic persona from years ago to this broken-down reality. The consequences of this public realization are already hitting her comment sections, creating a massive war between fans who want her to seek immediate psychiatric help and trolls who are mocking her for realizing her worth too late. But the narrative takes an even darker turn when you look at how she views the emotional damage. Chrisean told her audience that the heartbreak has evolved into a physical pain inside her chest, claiming her heart is literally breaking. This confession has sparked an intense debate online, with people realizing that erasing the ink from her face is doing absolutely nothing to erase the psychological addiction in her mind. And just when you think she's about to log off, she drops a detail about her lifestyle shift that completely flips the narrative. The narrative completely shifts gears here because Chrisean attempted a radical, desperate lifestyle overhaul. She has officially halted her lucrative club, hosting gigs, and relocated to Baltimore. She openly declared on the stream that she completely stopped doing performance shows because she needed an aggressive break to hunt for her own life again, far away from her usual toxic triggers. Internet reaction suggests that her core fan base initially viewed this Baltimore move as her ultimate redemption arc. For months, Social media was flooded with clips of her training intensely in the boxing ring, trading the chaotic nightlife for professional athletic discipline. Supporters actively rallied behind this transformation, celebrating the fact that she was building an independent empire. The public perception was that boxing was saving her life, serving as the ultimate physical outlet to channel her rage. But behind the scenes, this clean athletic rebrand is hiding a highly controversial financial consequence. Chrisean let slip that her sudden pivot to gospel and boxing has caused major friction with promoters. She revealed that industry figures are deeply furious with her because she is flat out refusing to perform or show up to events with certain secular individuals, proving that her new moral boundaries are actively costing her massive bags and fracturing her professional relationships. The timeline of this breakdown makes the entire situation even more volatile. This emotional stream dropped right during Father's Day weekend. While Chrisean tried to frame her weekend as a peaceful, positive time spent celebrating with her baby, the sudden transition into a weeping breakdown exposed a massive timeline contradiction. The internet instantly clocked the timing, arguing that the holiday weekend acted as a psychological pressure cooker, forcing her to face the reality of raising a child completely detached from the family dynamic she originally wanted. Worse yet, critics are now analyzing her boxing career through a terrifying new lens. Her commitment to the ring is actually delaying her physical healing. On the stream, she admitted that she was supposed to go back for her laser tattoo removal sessions much sooner, but she couldn't because she knew she had to spar in the gym. This revelation sparked intense debate online, with viewers realizing that her pursuit of a boxing career is literally forcing her to walk around with Blueface half-burned image on her face, prolonging the psychological scarring. The consequences of this half-baked escape plan are exploding across the comment sections of every major T channel. The narrative that she's completely healed has totally shattered. But just when the internet thought the situation couldn't get worse, a new detail completely turned this entire Baltimore redemption story on its head. This is the exact moment where the entire narrative officially goes off the rails. Straight through her tears, Chrisean looked directly into the camera and dropped her biggest claim yet. That Blueface is still madly, deeply in love with her and is throwing massive tantrums behind the scenes because he wants things entirely his way or no other way. To prove she was drawing a line, Chrisean confirmed that she has officially blocked him across everything, declaring that co-parenting with him is completely impossible. The internet's reaction to this claim was instantaneous, brutal, and completely unforgiving. Within minutes, social media erupted with viewers calling Chrisean deeply delusional. The overriding theory circulating across TikTok and X is that Blueface isn't in love with her at all. He is addicted to control. Speculation suggests that Chrisean is completely misinterpreting his anger over her moving their child to Baltimore as romantic obsession, using this madly in love narrative as a coping mechanism. Behind the scenes, hip-hop commentary giants and industry insiders immediately stepped in to sound the alarm. Prominent cultural observers noted that this is no longer just standard celebrity gossip. It is a visible mental health crisis playing out in real time. Commentators are universally stating that Blueface only loves the circus in himself, and Chrisean's public claims prove she is still completely hooked on his validation, regardless of the geographic distance. The ultimate consequence of this act is a massive, unprecedented shift in public empathy. For the first time in 5 years, even her most diehard supporters are starting to back away out of sheer exhaustion. The public perception has officially broken down from "save Chrisean" to "she refuses to be saved." People are realizing that no matter how many tattoos she lasers off, and no matter how many boxing matches she trains for, the psychological hold Blueface has over her entire identity is still active. We are officially at a critical crossroads. The raw facts of this breakdown paint a chilling picture. Chrisean Rock is trapped in a brutal war against her own mind. She is enduring the excruciating physical agony of burning Blueface's face off her skin and fleeing to Baltimore for a radical boxing rebrand. Yet, in the exact same breath, she is still publicly claiming he is madly in love with her. This brings us to the ultimate, terrifying cliffhanger that has the entire internet completely paralyzed. If Chrisean is truly trying to heal and build a new life for her son, why is she still letting Blueface's energy entirely dictate her reality? The public is screaming that she needs intense, clinical therapy before this mental relapse turns into a total catastrophe. But the real, unspoken mystery is this. If Blueface unblocks her tomorrow, drops the ego, and calls her up an apology, will she throw away the boxing, the Baltimore move, and the laser surgeries just to run straight back to the circus? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Do you think she is finally waking up to her worth, or is she just setting the stage for the most toxic reunion of 2026? Let's talk about it down below. If you want the raw, unedited truth on this story as it develops, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because with the trauma bond is deep, the next explosive update is coming a lot sooner than you think. Stay tuned.